Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Right now at 10, with school starting up soon, school district leaders want to make sure all students return to the classroom. We'll find out how one Connecticut city is promoting student attendance.
Also, a person stabbed on an MTA train in Connecticut. We'll tell you the latest as police investigate the incident.
He is always ready. Unfortunately, he was not ready for the rattlesnake.
And frightening moments for one Connecticut family after a venomous snake bites two of their dogs. We'll hear from the owner about how quickly he acted to save their lives. First on Fox 61, the big push to make sure all students are going back to class this back-to-school season. Good evening, I'm Sarah Sanchez.
And I'm Ben Goldman. Thanks for joining us here. Student attendance, the main focus in New Haven tonight, where the city is working to make sure that families are ready for this school year. Fox 61's Gabby Molina joining us live in New Haven to tell us how exactly they're doing that. Gabby?
Sarah, Ben, today marked the beginning of a week-long canvass where school and city leaders are taking their message about the importance of being in school straight to students' homes.
We're here promoting attendance. So basically, we really want you to come to school because you're going to learn a lot more.
Going door to door, New Haven Public Schools wants families to know students need to be in school.
Our numbers were unusually high compared to previous years, and so this year we are committed to doubling down and letting our families know, particularly in kindergarten and 9th grade, that attendance is critical.
So before school starts on August 29th, school and city leaders will be canvassing neighborhoods, speaking to students and parents about why it's so important students come to class.
It is vital that we get our kids into school for very obvious reasons of academic performance, but also because in school oftentimes adults can provide other kinds of resources. They're the social worker, the guidance counselor, make sure that our kids have all the kind of support they need.
Support that's provided by people like Jose Camacho, a community care coordinator. When a student is in need, he works with the entire family to help. This week, his job is to make sure families understand what chronic absenteeism is.
Chronic absenteeism is that you've missed 10% of the school year up until the actual day. So I'll give you an example. If we're at day 100 and you've missed 10 days, you're chronically absent.
And what can happen if a student is chronically absent.
Statistics show that if a student is chronically absent, is more than likely, in the earlier years, is more than likely not to finish high school.
The goal is to get kids to be excited about going to school. Staff handed out bags with supplies and books during the canvass. But officials say parents play a big role too.
It's a part of our job as parents to make sure that our students get ready for school. That's part of what we have to do. If we're not excited about school, it's going to be really hard for students to be excited.
And the focus of this canvass is on students entering kindergarten and 9th grades because research shows that those groups are more vulnerable to lower attendance rates. Live in New Haven, Gabby Molina, Fox 61 News.
Thank you, Gabby. We're following developing news now in Naugatuck tonight, where police are investigating a stabbing on an MTA train. Police say two men got into a fight on the train around 4 p.m. The MTA says one person was taken to the hospital, the other was taken into custody. The victim appears to have non-life-threatening injuries. Service from Waterbury to Bridgeport was temporarily delayed during the incident. Stay with Fox 61 for any updates on air, online, and on the free Fox 61 News app. All right, time now for a look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank. Lots of rain out there today, Rachel. Can we expect anything else tonight, maybe?
There is still a chance for a few hit or miss showers or thunderstorms, not only overnight, but especially through the afternoon tomorrow. It was eastern Connecticut, really the eastern half of the state that had most of the fun today, anywhere between 3/4 of an inch of rain in the Hartford area. But here is the 3+ inch club. E-weather in Higganum, 3.7 inches. I mean, that's enough to put a little bit of a dent in the deficit. 3 inches in Norwich, but my goodness, you guys in Western Connecticut have been writing me all afternoon saying 3 inches, we could count 3 drops in the western half of the state. There is another window of opportunity, though, as we head through the day tomorrow for us to get some of those showers out there. Right now, we are quiet, though. Temperatures are in the 70s, and as we head through the overnight hours, there is a chance for some patchy fog out there. Overnight low temperatures will end up dropping back into the 60s, and high temperatures tomorrow will end up climbing into the low 80s. I think it's a little bit warmer than today. Clouds, some sunny breaks, and the chance for a hit or miss shower or thunderstorm as we head through the afternoon. So again, adjust your expectations. Some towns stay completely dry, but others could get a brief heavy downpour, rumble of thunder. We'll take you through the future radar full forecast coming up.
All right, Rachel, thank you. New details tonight on Friday's shooting at Buckland Hills Mall in Manchester as the accused shooter appeared in court. 30-year-old Richard LaPlante of Windsor is facing several charges, including criminal attempt to commit murder. Investigators say after stealing from Macy's, LaPlante shot 27-year-old Tirso Polanco, who's a loss prevention officer in the store parking lot. The arrest warrant says that LaPlante tossed the gun in a dumpster outside the nearby Fairfield Inn when he ran away. Some of Polanco's internal organs were damaged. He'll need several surgeries.
Most experienced defense lawyers are not going to really articulate the facts of the case. The most important thing, we're praying for the victim. We hope that the victim is okay.
The judge set LaPlante's bond at $1 million. He's due back in court on September 7th.
And new at 10 tonight, the town of Berlin is mourning after a teen who attended Berlin High School was killed in a crash over the weekend. Police say 15-year-old Chase Anderson was riding his bike near the mobile gas station on the Berlin Turnpike early Saturday morning when he was hit by a car. Police say Anderson recently became a member of the police cadet program after it launched a few months ago. Chief Matthew McNally says Anderson had a positive attitude and was an enthusiastic person.
He was a regular attendee and comes every Thursday night. He was working with the young officers who are all new at this also, and the accident's very sad for us. The department's feeling, all of them hurt, and this one's just a little bit more at home for us.
The crash is still under investigation. Anyone with information should call police.
Well, we are following breaking news tonight on I-84 in Vernon. Crews are still at the scene hours after two tractor trailers crashed this morning. Here's a live look at that highway stretch right now. 3 people are in the hospital tonight after the crash right near exits 64 and 65. That was before 7:30 this morning. You can still see several first responders on scene and cars still moving by at a relatively slow pace into the evening tonight after this happened very early this morning. DEEP was in fact called in because of the fuel and oil spill on the highway. The Department of Consumer Protection also responded to that scene earlier today because one of the tractor trailers was carrying food. A Lifestar helicopter had to land on I-84 to respond to this crash this morning. Traffic was completely stopped so that helicopter could land on the highway, which caused heavy delays between exits 63 and 66. One tractor trailer driver was airlifted, police saying he has non-life-threatening injuries, but was in critical condition.
Newington police respond to a crash. Police say the driver of an SUV crashed into a building on the Berlin Turnpike. Police say an SUV was traveling southbound just before midnight when it went off the road and crashed into the front of Floors Now. The driver and his passenger were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The business was able to reopen.
Well, new tonight, shoppers may have used a rainy day to take advantage of sales tax-free weekend.
Connecticut's sales tax holiday on clothing and some other items began yesterday. And Fox 61's Alicia Machado joins us live in West Hartford to see how some people are scoring some extra savings this Monday. Alicia.
Good evening, Sarah and Ben. Yes, many parents I spoke with are taking advantage of this sales tax-free week to get some back-to-school shopping done. You can get these savings through Saturday, so if you haven't had time to head out to the stores, there is still plenty of time. The shopping list is long as kids prepare to head back to school.
Sneakers, backpacks, lunch bags, shirts and everything.
But this week, parents can get some extra savings. Connecticut's sales tax-free week lasts from now through Saturday, August 27th.
No sales tax is awesome. Save where you can.
Shoppers won't have to pay the state sales tax of 6.35% on clothes and shoes.
We've been to the mall and then here. I was definitely able to take advantage of it. It started yesterday, so we've been shopping yesterday and today, trying to just, get some back to school deals and save the few dollars, on the tax for things. It helps.
Items like shirts, jeans, socks, and shoes qualify. And the kids we spoke with are excited to get some new gear.
I just was able to get 2 hats. This is one.
And to head back to school.
Last year when I was in school, it was really fun. This year, I feel good.
There are some things to keep in mind. Only clothes, shoes, and some accessories like hats and belts qualify. Plus, each item must be under $100.
Anything right now could help a lot of families. I think it's a great thing that they're doing that.
Now, some things to keep in mind. There are some items that are excluded, including wallets, purses, and sports uniforms. To see what qualifies, you can check out some links on our website, fox61.com, or just download the Fox 61 News app. In West Hartford tonight, Alicia Machado, Fox 61 News.
All right, Alicia, thank you. Well, moving on tonight, as our state gets ready for the start of the school year, districts are trying to help all of their kids have access to food.
The head of Connecticut Food Share says more districts are looking to address food insecurity. Feeding America says nearly a quarter of Black families experience food insecurity, and that number has increased during the pandemic.
Study after study after study has proven that children who are malnourished and children who go to school hungry simply don't learn at the same rate as other children.
Connecticut Food Share hopes to reach families who need them in every Connecticut city and town.
We have much more.